Hey everyone, welcome to another December daily video. This year I'm collaborating with the wonderful Barbara from 49Dragonflies. Make sure you check out her videos. We are alternating days, so you'll have something to watch almost every day. She's also doing a junk journal, but in a completely different style. So I think you'll have a really fun variety of ideas to, inspire you. I want to tell you a few things that help me stick with this project, and hopefully I'll manage to finish the month. I will be traveling the last week of December, so I'm not sure. I might do some prep pages, and then when I come back from my vacation, finish the whole thing. I don't know, we'll see. But even if I get to, I'm traveling right after Christmas Day. So even if I get to the 25th of December with a really nice full chunky journal, I'll be happy. But I'll tell you a few things that helped me this year. So first of all, I'm using a junk journal, as you know, and I made a video showing you how to create this binding. So if you're interested, it's really, really easy. Very beginner friendly, and I highly recommend trying it out, and I think it works really well. So I have here 3 signatures. This binding actually allows you to add 4 signatures without a problem because there are 4 elastics. So you see there's another free elastic here. So what I'm thinking, because I have 3 signatures, is that roughly I can use each signature for 10 days. It really gives me kind of a frame to work in, and I really like it. So I'm treating each signature as like a separate little project for 10 days. And that really makes it fun because it's more manageable to me, I feel. And I also really don't limit myself to, making one page for December 1st and the second page for December 2nd. I just have this signature for the first 10 days, and I can just play around it, move between the pages. That really works well for me. For now. It is December 6th. Now, another thing that I want to suggest to you, if you also find these types of projects hard to complete or challenging, is I really find that I need to switch things up, and also the way that my brain works. If I know that on this particular day I'm just adding journaling and I don't have to worry about photos or embellishing or collaging or any of that, that's easier for me. And same goes for what we're doing today. We are just going to add some photos and, I don't know, maybe add a few decorations. We'll see how it goes. Now, the photos are also, my printer is kind of dead and I don't want to deal with it because it's annoying to me. So I went to like a drugstore nearby and I printed the photos. It's cheaper, it's really, really fast, and it again made me I had to kind of focus on what I want to print. So what we're going to do now, and I'll probably fast forward because I don't think it's so interesting to be real time, is to trim some of the photos and then add them to my signature. So these are photos, I guess, from the first 5 days. Again, I am not adhering to very strict timeline. I want just this album to document our December, and it is kind of a daily documentation. I don't need it to be precise, like we did this on the 1st, we did this on the 2nd. It's just the whole experience of this month in this album. So, you have to figure out what keeps you from doing something and then find a way that works for you. And this is hopefully what will do the trick for me. So I'm gonna start adhering these. Again, I'm just playing in this first signature, which is getting quite chunky. I'm starting to worry that this will be, I don't want it to be too crazy. I want it to be kind of, that's kind of as far as I want to go. So we'll see, maybe I'll have to kind of calm down with the pages or maybe take some pages out. I can do that, I have that flexibility. So I'm really happy about that. Okay, let's fast forward and let's add some photos to my album. First thing I'm going to do is just trim my photos, and here's another advantage that I'm finding in my specific format and size. I can't really go any bigger than a 4x6 photo because my journal is just not big enough. And also, not having page protectors really lets me just use whichever size I want on whichever page I want. Now, I'm not shading page protectors or anything like that, but if you are like me and you just find it hard to stick to, strict limitations or something like that, then maybe this format will work really well for you. Now, another thing that I'm loving about this journal is that I can take out pages that are not working, and I did actually end up taking 2 pages out of this signature. One of them was the very first page, so not the vellum one, but the one before that. It was just, I don't know, I made this collage, the one on the left now, that I didn't really like. It wasn't working for me. It's just no. So I simply removed it, and now I'm much happier. I might add a different page to the very beginning because now the one that you see here on the right is the first page, which I kind of like, but I'm not sure if I want it to stay like this. Maybe I'll add just a piece of vellum. So I'm adding some decorations. I tried to glue these stars and for some reason it didn't work, so I stapled them. And now I'm just going to add these photos and I'm going to stick them back to back. So these 2 are smaller ones, and sticking them back to back really allows me to, I only need a smaller space because they're not right next to each other on a page. So I really feel this looks cute and it's working, and you can add more embellishments later. So again, I want to go back to something I was talking about a little bit before, which is dividing your days to, let's say, different missions. I really feel that works for me. So you could do this more structured if you want. You can do anything in here more structured. I'll give you an example. If, for example, you are printing photos for 5 days, then, and maybe you are sticking to the, a photo for December 1st, a photo for December 2nd, or something like that. But whichever way you're dealing with this, you could do, for example, say you want one photo that has some family members or friends or people or whatever, one that is, I don't know, a close-up of something you're really loving, one photo of your favorite meal in those days, one photo of some holiday decorations or weather connected or the environment you live in. So you could really make these like mini lists for you that could help you just make faster choices. I really find that limiting myself to certain things helps me get things going. So I don't want to do too much to my photos. You've seen I've already embellished quite a bit of these pages. So I'm just adding a few layers here and there behind my photos just to make things look better if I feel that it is needed. And the way I also figured out I could make this work is because I have a signature for 10 days, I can actually use each half of a signature for 5 days. So I know now that I have to kind of use the photos that I have to fill in the first half of my first signature. I hope that makes sense. And I'm recording this voiceover on the 10th of December. Today I will be printing photos from the last 5 days, and I will spread them throughout the second half of this signature. So it just makes things really, really easy. And I have days when I'm focusing on adding photos, and then on other days I can focus on embellishing, and then other days I can do journaling. And you can be more structured. You can decide, you know, on the 11th you do journaling, on the 12th you add photos, on the 13th you add embellishments, and divide your assignments or, you know, whatever you're doing in your DD, your December daily, in that way. Maybe for some of you it will be helpful. I know to me that is. I think in particular the journaling part. I think just knowing that I can focus on journaling and not worry about anything else really helps me get in the mood of telling stories or writing a bit more. So that's just me. I don't know. That's how my mind works. And here I noticed that the way that I put down photo, I couldn't really open that envelope. So I changed it a bit. And here's another cute idea. I thought that was really cute, is to take pictures of, I don't know, certain items. I have here this carousel and then this snowman, and then fussy cut your photos and use that as embellishments. I mean, it doesn't get more personalized and DIY than that, I feel. Of course, you could also draw or illustrate such items from your life if you are so inclined and can do that. But here's a really easy way. So I didn't plan on this. So these were like a couple of photos that I just developed, and I thought, I don't know how I'm going to use them. And yeah, that's how I used them. And I really, really love the way that it turned out. So with the larger photos, I really feel this one was an extra print. It turned out a little bit big. I don't think I'm using it. With the larger photos, I do feel they need a bit more embellishments, so I might add that. And I'm also trying to use up my stash. I have these beautiful puffy stickers from Felicity Jane kits, past Felicity Jane kits, and this one is actually a puffy sticker from an old crate paper collection. And yes, finally I committed to adding it on my hat. So that's another fun idea, to add cute little critters on yourselves in your photos. And I just love puffy stickers. I love the texture. So I'm just going to add them. This was my husband and kid on the ice. I don't do ice skating. It's way too dangerous for me to be on a slippery surface with sharp, metal around. So I try to stay away. These are my beloved Sue's Fish puffy stickers. Sue's, if you're watching, I love them. This is probably my 4th sheet of these. It's from an old Felicity Jane kit. Unfortunately, you can't get it anymore. But the point is to, use up your stash. And I just had so much fun, flipping through the pages, adding a bit here, adding a bit there. Again, I really, really love this process. When you're not just doing one day, you have kind of a lot to work with, and it's just a lot of fun. So I'm not saying, this is the way you should do it, this is the best way, not at all. But personally, I love it. I'm enjoying it. I can sit down when I have time, do a few pages. When I'm just in the mood to add some stickers, I can do that. When I'm in the mood to add photos, I can do that. And then I can also journal when, inspiration strikes and I feel like sitting down and telling some stories. And that's pretty much it. I will be back either next week or maybe on the weekend. There'll be another December daily video. If not on the weekend, then for sure Monday. And between my videos, of course, check Barbara's videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.